Welcome to Colombia. Bienvenidos a Colombia. My name is Adriana and I will introduce this beautiful country to you. Colombia's official name is Republic of Colombia and it's located northwestern South America. The neighbors include Brazil, Venezuela, Peru, Panama, and Ecuador. Colombia's flag has an interesting meaning. The gold, the yellow part, which represents the half of the flag, means the gold found in the country. The blue represents the rivers and shores. And the red part, it's interesting because it represents Colombia's independence from Spain. And also the blood spilled from the Colombia's people's effort. The Colombia's independence from Spain happened in 1819, and in 1822 was recognized as a country by the United States. Colombia's currently president is Ivan Duque Marquez. He is 44 years old. He's pretty much young. And the vice president is Maria Lucia Ramirez, who became the first woman elected in Colombia. And his party is a Democratic Center.
Colombia is located at the top of South America and is renowned for its biodiversity. The biodiversity found in Colombia is attributed to the 5 ecozones hosted in the country. A mountainous region called the Andes has a width that passes Colombia to bordering countries such as Ecuador and Venezuela. The Caribbean coastal region is shared among Venezuela and Panama. The Pacific region, named after the Pacific Ocean, is another shared coastal region with Panama and Ecuador. The Orinoco region is defined by the Orinoco Drainage Basin. The superior diverse biome of all regions is the Amazon. Parts of the Amazon can be found in the surrounding countries, Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, and Venezuela. 10% of the world's biodiversity can be found here in Colombia. Colombia is the second most biologically diverse in the world after Brazil. The Tatacoa Desert found in the Andes region is home to unique animals such as the Andean condor, a large vulture with a bare head and mainly black feathers that spends the majority of its time soaring for prey. The mountain tapir, also known as the Andean tapir, is another unique animal to the region. The Andean tapir is the only tapir to live outside of the tropical rainforest and is identified by its thick woolly coat and white lips. The species name comes from the term la pinchaque, an imaginary beast said to inhabit the region. The vegetation in the Tatacoa Desert is sparse, but consists of widespread root systems that can absorb water from the desert area. The Serrania de Chiribiquete National Park is the world's largest protected rainforest. If you are looking for pink dolphins and blue lizards, you could expect to find that here. Explore the park with caution as there are jaguar, puma, and tiger inhabitants. Not only do you have to watch your feet on land, but in water you can expect to find the pacu fish and the piranha. In such a thriving environment, alpha predators are at every step, and the rainforest is without a doubt the most biologically compact region in Colombia. Plant life in the Amazon basin is littered with trees, flowering, shrubs, and aquatic plants. Common trees found in the rainforest are mahogany and rubber trees. The mahogany tree has been cut down near extinction in some areas of the rainforest for its use in carpentry. Discovered by the ancient Olmec, Maya, and Aztec, the latex sap from the rubber tree was used to waterproof clothes and form homemade shoes. The rubber tree will grow 100 to 130 feet and can live up to 100 years. The plant life here is overwhelming. Don't expect to see where you are going. The mountain range is home to the majority of the Colombian population and cities, hosting a dynamic landscape of snow-capped peaks and volcanoes. Common animals in the mountainous region are the llama, alpaca, guanaco, and the vicuna. Fun facts. The mountainous Andes contain over 300 variety of potato. Quinoa is a hardwood found in the Andes with red peeling bark and can withstand extreme dry and cold environments. Bogota. On August 7th, 1819, Simon Bolivar overwhelmed the Spanish forces at the Battle of Boyacá and was able to triumphantly enter Bogota. Bolivar achieved many similar military victories despite being outnumbered. Within the city, past and present come together. Bogota is the capital and the largest city in Colombia. The city had a population of 8.2 million in 2018 and is located on a high plateau known as the Bogota Savanna, 8,660 feet above sea level. The capital is a hub for people all around the country. Bogota has the colors of modern buildings and authentic colonial roof tiles that are a true historical treasure from the colonial era. Medellin, capital of Antioquia province, a fertile region for its coffee plantations and its flowering farms. For its orchids and butterflies, it is known as the city of eternal spring for its idyllic climate of 28 degrees Celsius. Medellin built a vast industrial sector that includes, but is not limited to, food processing, woodworking, metallurgy, automobiles, chemicals, and rubber products. Medellin has a population of 2.5 million people and is located above Bogota, bordering Panama. Cali is the capital of the department of Valle del Cauca in the southern Colombia. Valle del Cauca is a department of western Colombia with a great influence on economic, political, social, and cultural status. It is the industrial and commercial center of the Cauca Valley. Cali has about 2.445 inhabitants after Medellin. Cali is known for its coffee, cotton, sugar, meats, and soybeans. In addition, there are tires, tobacco, textiles, paper, chemicals, and building materials produced. The climate isn't that dynamic here due to its distance from the equator.
Slides 5 and 6 represents Colombian language, which is Spanish. 99.2% of people speaks Spanish, but also we have English as an official status in San Andres, which is in Santa Catalina Island. 65 of these languages belong to an indigenous community, which is Chu Creole language, the English, and also the Palanquero language, which is recognized by Colombian government. On the slide 6, it is really interesting video on YouTube about the Palanquero language. It was observed by a journalist, Natalie Basha. The link is down here, and it's so interesting when it's a Colombian culture, and they are speaking Palanquero through explaining experience with food. And the meaning of alegría, it's so interesting because it means happiness. And I really enjoyed this video about the Palanquero language. I'm gonna talk about Colombian myth and legends. The first one, it's gonna be La Pata Sola. It's a legend about a woman who betrayed her husband. And he gets so upset about discovering the betrayal. He cut her legs and she ran away to the woods, leaving behind her children. But she transformed her madness into a protector of the forest, punishing people who would pollute the water and cut trees. And another important tale is the El Dorado Laguna, the Golden Lake, and it's about the influence of Colombian folklore. The tribe chief, he used to wash his golden body into the lake, into the laguna, and also he used to throw golden treasure pieces into the lake, and it was attracted to the people looking for the gold. And another interesting legend, it's the El Silbon, who carries a bag of bones of his father's bones around. Colombia traditions, I would say Christmas time. It's really important tradition for Colombians, and it starts during the month of December. As an example, the novenas, people get together into someone's house, they pray in the name of Jesus. And also during the month, it begins with the Noche de las Velitas. It's the candle night, which happens around December 7. And each person who wants to light a candle, and each person holds as a tradition to celebrate this festivity. As part of a Colombian tradition is the carnival in the city of Barranquilla, and UNESCO has stated as a cultural masterpiece for Colombians. The event happened since 1903, and it celebrates 4 days of holiday where people, they dance, they have costumes for this specific costumes, a variety of colors, creativity. And another important tradition is the Fair of Cali. It's the La Feria de Cali in the Cali city. It promotes economic, cultural, music diversity in the region, and also attracts and keep the tourism strong. It's really important for the economic development. And also another important festivity is the flower fair in Medellin. It was the mainly owner of the growing floral industry in Colombia, which happens in early August and lasts 10 days.
Hello class, my name is Lauren, and I will start off by talking about pre-Columbian art. So Chavín culture is an extinct pre-Columbian civilization. They are known for the construction of their advancements in engineering and metallurgy. Their art can be divided into 2 phases. The first one corresponds to the construction of the Old Temple, which was between 900 and 500 BCE, and the second one corresponds to the construction of the New Temple, which was between 500 and 200 BCE. Some of their artworks include the Lanzón, which functions as a pivot point linking the heavens, earth, and the underworld. Chavín art decorated the walls of the temple, which included carvings, sculptures, and pottery. Artists represented creatures found in other regions, like jaguars and eagles. Another art piece were shell trumpets, which were likely used in ceremonies. Next, I will discuss modern Colombian art. Modern Colombian sculptures during the early period of the Colombian Republic were mainly made to represent politicians and public figures. During the 20th century, sculptures started to develop more unconventional work to reach a better understanding of national sensitivity. During the 1940s, Colombian painters shifted more towards post-impressionism, and in the 1950s, this was looked at a time where Colombian art began to have more of a distinctive point of view. Fernando Botero is one of the most important artists in Latin America today. He has a very distinctive style, and it is known as Boterismo. We will talk more about Fernando Botero in the next section, as well as we will share some of his artwork and discuss some other famous Colombian painters. Next, I will be talking about some prominent people from Colombia. So the first prominent person from Colombia is singer and songwriter Shakira, who is definitely one of the most famous people to come out of the country. Her full name is Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll, and she was born on February 2nd, 1977 in Colombia, of course. She wrote her first song at 8 years old, and she scored her first record deal at the young age of 13. She became very well known in Spanish markets for her belly dancing and strong vocals. When she turned 20 years old, she moved to Miami, Florida, where she taught herself how to write music in English, and from there she gained more of an American fan base. The second prominent person from Colombia is actress Sofia Vergara. She was born in Colombia on July 10th, 1972. She started modeling in Colombia, and then she moved to the United States, and she became one of the most highly regarded actors on TV. She has starred in films like Happy Feet, The Smurfs, Chef, and Hot Pursuit. The role that she is most famous for, though, is her role in the sitcom Modern Family. The third prominent person from Colombia is actor John Alberto Leguizamo. He was born on July 22nd, 1964 in Colombia. He is famous for being a stand-up actor and comedian. He began his career as a stand-up comedian in New York nightclubs in 1984, and he became famous from his role in the comedy film Super Mario Bros. Some of his other famous films that he was in include Ice Age and Die Hard 2. The next three prominent figures that I will be discussing are Colombian painters. The first painter is Fernando Botero. He was born in Colombia on April 19, 1932. He is celebrated for his paintings and sculptures of animals and humans with inflated proportions, which reflect his love for satire and political commentary. The second painter I will be discussing is Pedro Nalgómez. He was born on July 4th, 1899 in Colombia and died in 1993. Not only was he a painter, but he was also an engineer and a sculptor. His works are considered to be part of the post-impressionist group. The third and final painter I will be discussing is Lucy Tejada, who was born on October 9th, 1920 in Colombia and died in 2011, also in Colombia. She was part of the Colombian generation of artists that helped to develop the modern art genre. She was most known for painting modern lyrical and dramatic situations in a dream world with only women and children. The final prominent person I will be discussing is Nobel Peace Prize winner Juan Manuel Santos Calderón. He was born on August 10, 1951 in Colombia. He is the former president of Colombia, and he served from 2010 to 2018. He is the politician who founded the Social Party of National Unity, and he was later awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 2016 for his efforts to end the civil war in Colombia, which he appeared to be extremely grateful for. So now I will speak about the type of government in Colombia. The government in Colombia is considered to be a republic. This means that the members of government are elected by the country's citizens. The current president of Colombia is Iván Duque Márquez, and the voting age is 18. Colombia is known for being the first independent constitutional government in the continent of South America. The government of Colombia is divided into three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. The first branch, executive, consists of the president, vice president, council of ministers, and administrative department. The president is allowed to serve a 4-year term twice in a row. The second branch, legislative, enacts laws and policies which are made by the Senate and the House of Representatives. The third branch, judicial, ensures that all citizens have justice under the law. Colombia has one jurisdiction and 4 high courts to oversee all legal aspects. Colombia is a capitalist nation with a commitment to free enterprise and the rule of law.
For slides 3 and 4, I'm going to talk about Colombian currency, which is peso, Colombian peso. The exchange rate is, for example, 1 Canadian dollar to Colombian peso, it's about 3 Colombian pesos. 100 Canadian dollars exchange rate is about 3,400 Colombian pesos, and it has been circulating since 1810. They have recently remodeled the bills to make it stronger and more secure for the texture to avoid imitating and fake. And also it is interesting, the Colombian important figures on pictures on the notes. For example, 2 pesos is Deborah, a famous Colombian painter, and the 5,000 pesos is a poet, Jose Asuncion Silva, and the 50,000 Colombian pesos is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the Nobel winner prize for its beautiful novel, The Years of Solitude. And he's really beloved by the Colombians.
Cartagena. Simon Bolivar served as the key leader in ruling out the Spanish from Colombia. During the wars for the independence, Simon wrote his Cartagena Manifesto, a document that would prevent New Granada from suffering the fate of Venezuela. Here you can check out the post-colonial architecture and local resto for tourism. The best time to visit Cartagena if you're in Canada is during our winter. Serrania de la Macarena National Park, the river of 5 colors. The area is home to a famous, newly discovered Canal Cristales river, also known as the River of 5 Colors. The liquid rainbow river, renowned as the world's most beautiful river, is created from various rock sediments and plant life that stand out in crystal clear waters of the Canal Cristales River. Tourists are asked not to use bug spray in order to sustain the diverse wildlife. The Lost City. La Ciudad Perdida, tucked away in the mountains of the northern Colombia, the ancient city was believed to be found in 800 CE, and it has been lost for centuries. The Lost City is located at Colombia's Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. You can explore the Lost City by taking a 4-day walking tour through the channel past the villages of the indigenous Trona people. The entrance can only be accessed by a climb up some 1,200 stone steps through dense jungle. You'll have to unplug from your phone for a few days to go here.
I'm gonna talk now about the Colombian cuisine, Colombian food. It's very diverse and delicious. The national dish is the bandeja paisa. Bandeja means it's a big plate. You can add, and it's well balanced in a big plate with protein, carbs, and fibers. Beans, the chicharron, which is like a bacon. You can add sausage, rice, avocado. You can add chicken as well. And it's for the hard work people who needs extra calorie. We have the empanadas. Oh, the famous street food you can find anywhere in Colombia, and it has a variety of flavors. It's a savory, you can eat in the morning, lunch, dinner. And another important dish is arepas. It's a side dish as well. You can have as a breakfast with a soup on a side. And we have tamales. Tamales is made of corn, and it's you make a dough with corn, and you put in a banana leaf and boiled. It's really gather family food, and it happens during the corn harvest. And Colombia has many type of soups as well, such as the famous sancocho de gallina. Gallina means chicken, and we have the ajiaco as well. And I can't wait to try it. The Colombian sweets. I confess it was really hard to talk about and write and see all these delicious pictures. Colombians has a sweet palate. I believe it's because they are one of huge producers of sugar. The first one that I'm gonna talk about it's the brevas com arequipe. It's arequipe is sweet a sweet milk that they transform into a dulce de leche, which is and it's like a caramel, and they put on the middle of the figs. Brevas means figs. And we have also the Colombian natilla, which is made of sweetened milk with sugar, and you can have a variety of texture. And I cannot forget the torta de tres leches, which is a triple milk cake. It's really wet milk, as you can see on the slide. Or the merengon. Merengon is made of the white part of egg, and you can add some fruits. And also the postre de natas, which is made of milk, has the main ingredient milk and sugar, and it's they look so yummy. For slides 12 and 13, I'm gonna talk about the drinks. The first one is the famous Colombian coffee. Colombia is a huge coffee producer, and they have coffee all the time, and they love having a coffee with a sweet on the side. For example, the brevas com arequipe, the figs with arequipe, the sweet condensed milk. And also we have the famous aguardiente, which is similar to vodka, and you can make a delicious drinks using lime, lemons, and adding sugar and ice and and berries, for example. Or many people, they enjoy as a shot as well, and it's made of agave, and it's very popular in Colombia. The agua ardiente.
Colombia has produced a large number of genres and artists. Artists like J Balvin and Shakira are recognized on the world stage and continue to place among the elite artists of America. Shakira and J Balvin performed at the 2020 Super Bowl alongside of Jennifer Lopez and Bad Bunny.
Esquina, esquina, ya ahí nos vamos. El mundo es grande, pero lo tengo en mis manos. Estoy muy duro, sí, ok, ahí vamos. Y con el tiempo nos seguimos. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? So Miami, lo tiro again. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? 1, 2, 3.
Let me introduce you to puro chantaje. Mucha rumba y bebida, gozándose la vida como es. Ella no era así, no sé qué la ganó. Tú eres puro chantaje. No fighting, come on.
Shakira, Shakira.
Oh baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs on my body.
Some songs you might recognize from these artists are Hips Don't Lie by Shakira and I Like It by Cardi B, Bad Bunny, and J Balvin. The instrumentation and rhythm of Colombian music stemmed from Andean natives, African rhythm, Spanish instruments, and their music theory. Types of traditional Colombian music and dance are cumbia, Colombian salsa, and Colombian rock. Modern Colombian artists have created a genre called reggaeton. Reggaeton is a fusion of reggae, the most popular style of music in Panama, and dancehall combined with rapping in Spanish. The rhythm of reggaeton and offset melody make the genre popular on the dance floor. Exports. In 2019, Colombia exported $40.5 billion, making it number 54 exporter in the world. Of that $40.5 billion, crude petroleum led at $13.5 billion, coffee at $2.38 billion, and gold at $1.4. Colombia is the third largest producer of coffee in the world, with Brazil being in first and Vietnam in second. Natural resources. Colombia is the main producer of emeralds and an important participant in the production of gold and precious metals. Colombia is the world's largest producer of emeralds, providing about 75 to 90% of the entire world's market. Moving on, in the lowland of the Andes region, the warm climate allows for tropical plants to survive and to produce cotton, sugar, cane, coffee beans, citric fruits like orange, lime, lemon, coconut, bananas, mango, and cocoa leaves. Pablo Escobar exploited the use of the cocoa leaf from 1980 to 1993 to create a massive empire called the Medellin Cartel. The Caribbean region is known for the rubber stick and the mamey. The mamey is a tropical American tree having a large, edible red fruit. Plant life not native to Colombia are the eucalyptus and pine trees that were introduced to Colombia by Australia and the United States.